In a rapidly shifting political landscape, candidates for New York's mayoralty are making surprising turns as they prepare for the upcoming election. With just under 3 months remaining until voters head to the polls, the various contenders have begun to converge towards the political center, effectively restructuring their platforms and messaging strategies while borrowing ideas from each other. Democratic nominee Zohran Mamdani has notably distanced himself from previous remarks he made about the NYPD. He now asserts, "I am not defunding the police. My campaign is not about defunding the police." He characterizes himself as an adaptable candidate who reflects on his growth, stating that part of leadership involves acknowledging that one's views can evolve over time. In a similar vein, Andrew Cuomo, who originally launched his campaign with a lengthy and somewhat awkward video presentation, is now adopting a more modern approach by embracing quick and engaging video formats, much like Mamdani, with assistance from fresh faces on his social media team. Meanwhile, seasoned Republican Curtis Sliwa, the oldest among the candidates at 71, is focusing his efforts on attracting younger voters, specifically those who previously backed progressive figures like Bernie Sanders and Kamala Harris. Interestingly, Sliwa has openly requested that former President Donald Trump refrain from involvement in the mayoral race. On the other hand, Mayor Eric Adams has shifted his messaging approach too, transitioning from skepticism about the power of social media to creating engaging day-in-the-life video narratives that capture him in relatable moments, such as preparing a smoothie, while also indulging in lighthearted banter about his opponents and the media. The ramifications of these strategic pivots are often quite humorous, with some commentators highlighting Cuomo's attempts to mimic Mamdani as producing cringeworthy political content. Critics like Tyler Foggett from The New Yorker describe Cuomo's efforts as painfully awkward, suggesting that his body language suggests defeat, hinting he seems eager to return to a more comfortable existence beyond the campaign trail. Similarly, Sam Adams from Slate paints a vivid picture of Cuomo as a candidate who appears to have already resigned himself to losing. In a moment that quickly became an internet favorite, Adams produced a video inviting viewers to "come with me to get stuff done," as he walks around confidently, yet humorously fails to showcase any real accomplishments. Despite these lighthearted moments, Adams is serious about addressing key issues such as public safety and housing affordability, pointing out significant declines in violent crime statistics and the introduction of new subsidized housing units. Such transformations in candidates' positions are a natural part of the democratic process. It's vital for candidates to adapt during a campaign in order to broaden their appeal, even at the risk of being labeled as inconsistent or insincere. For instance, Mamdani has faced criticism from various commentators and former colleagues for altering his stances on policing and foreign policy, areas where he has sought change, despite some furious backlash suggesting his changes are opportunistic. The New York Daily News editorial board, for example, expressed skepticism about Mamdani's newfound opposition to defunding the police, suggesting his previous consistency, even if misguided, is more honorable than his current shift in rhetoric, with questions being raised about what he might change next. Yet this perspective is rather harsh. It's quite evident that Mamdani is learning from interactions with voters and, like his fellow candidates, recognizes the need to adapt his platform in order to be victorious in a complex and diverse city like New York. Embracing compromise and evolving one's views is fundamentally what leadership is about. Cuomo, acknowledging his earlier campaign shortcomings, has taken to the streets to engage with voters, emphasizing the importance of direct interaction. He has been vocal in questioning Mamdani's policies relating to housing and living costs, proposing alternatives he feels are more viable. Such healthy competition is commendable. Curtis Sliwa, too, is aiming to connect with younger voters by addressing their frustrations over economic challenges. He poignantly notes, "No wonder why these millennials and Gen Zers are so angry. The cost of living is skyrocketing. If I were their age, I'd be upset as well." His strategy includes appealing to a broad base of disillusioned New Yorkers, which he hopes will help him increase his voter share from the previous election. It might be a stretch to imagine a coalition forming among different demographics, including younger city dwellers and older suburban homeowners, but the unpredictability of New York politics can yield surprising outcomes. As these candidates attempt to meld diverse political ideologies into a coherent coalition, voters would do well to keep an open mind about all of them.